The opening credits to Jason X make an interesting implication. The interior of Jason resembles hell and brimstone. It's as if Jason didn't go to hell, but he internalized it and became a hell on earth. Now, based on the last film, are we to ignore the notion that this Jason is actually Diana Voorhees, or did director James Isaac, producer Sean Cunningham, and writer Todd Farmer just sweep that notion under the proverbial rug? In 2008, Jason is captured by the U.S. government to be studied. Clearly, they're taking a page out of the Umbrella Corporation handbook. Scientists are enlisted to examine his stellar regenerative abilities and how they can be implemented for military purposes. Jason breaks loose and starts to attack anyone near him, including a cameoing David Cronenberg. Cronenberg's presence in this film should give the audience an idea of what type of film they're in for. Jason is led to a cryogenic chamber by Rowan and is frozen. But Jason stabs through the chamber, causing a lockdown, and Rowan not able to escape. In the year 2455, a group of astronauts come down to Earth to search through the ruins of the planet. They come across Jason as well as Rowan. The group brings back both Jason and Rowan to their vessel, the Grendel. After Rowan regains her consciousness, she's given a tour of the ship, unaware that Jason is also on board. She is in awe of how far technology has gone in the field of medicine. She's introduced to the crew of the Grendel. There's Sonoran, the tech wizard, KM-14, the cyborg assistant to Sonoran, the prickish Janessa, the stoner Azrael, the horny couple Stony and Kinsa, Fat Lou, the pilot, Crutch, a technician, Sergeant Brodsky, the head of the ship's security. This is a fairly eccentric crew of people, a crew that would foreshadow the groups of Prometheus and Alien Covenant. It's the future, and we still have stoners and horny teenagers. Much like the philosophy of Part 6, these are generally a group of likable people. Bored with the duties of a seemingly mundane autopsy, Stony and Kinsa are dismissed. Stony and Kinsa then have sex, and it's as if Kinsa's moans are sensed by Jason, and he resurrects pretty quickly. He sits up quicker than the daddy in the board game Don't Wake Daddy.
Is he gonna wake up? Don't wake Daddy! Is he gonna wake up? Don't wake Daddy!
Jason continues his killing ways. Professor Lowe wants no harm to come to Jason, much to the protests of Brodsky. He is a subject of immeasurable value to the black market at the space station Solaris. No one ever said these films were short on creative ways to kill people. The kill on the shuttle starts with a clever use of liquid nitrogen. Even Bruce Campbell had to tip his hat to that one.
It's the guy, it's a guy in the mask. Let's put a hockey mask on it, and it'll be completely different than the other mask.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot of originality there.
Oh, he froze her little brain. Oh, and then he broke her. That's not bad. Yeah. That's twisted.
Nice.
The group fights back, using their futuristic weaponry, but often having to retreat due to Jason's invincible state. After being manhandled by KM-14, Jason is knocked into a nanorotech repair machine. This brings about the creation of Uber Jason. The idea of Jason in space was the subject of a classic sketch on Mad TV, Apollo the 13th, when Jason takes NASA.
Okay, Fred, let's stir the tanks. Hey, what the? How'd you kids get in here?
We wanted to be part of the 20 Million Mile High Club.
Come on, Brad. I'm so horny.
Okay, baby. Hey, now you kids be careful now. We've got a lunar landing to finish up. Is that a kick in the pants? Hey, Brad, Nancy, you guys, stop kidding around.
In Apollo the 13th, when Jason takes NASA.
When I heard New Line was going to make an actual movie out of this concept, I just rolled my eyes, thinking, yep, they've finally run out of ideas. Putting Jason in space is such a goofy notion that it doesn't surprise me it was critically lambasted and not accepted by much of the fan base. I find the film serves as a great satire of the Alien series, as well as 50s sci-fi fare like It, The Terror from Beyond Space. After Part 7, The New Blood, this is the most entertaining of the Friday the 13th series for me. It manages to match Part 6, Jason Lives in the comedy department. The idea of Jason in space is so ridiculous to the point where you find yourself watching it with a smile. Much like with Tina in Part 7, The New Blood, this team of space travelers gives Jason some great fights and kills that he has to earn. Jason is very much a play on the Xenomorph, but he's also a pseudo-Galactus, a destroyer of worlds. He's responsible for the destruction of the Solaris space station, which accounts for the death of likely thousands. That alone cements Jason as the king of the kill count mountain. The film ends with Jason landing on an alien planet similar to Earth, with a whole new population to terrorize. Director Isaac and his cast have a lot of fun with the material. Given the over-the-top atmosphere, this one has brutal kills, but they are blatantly cartoonish in a Peter Jackson, Sam Raimi sort of way. The one fans always seem to point to is the liquid nitrogen kill. The death of Janessa as she is sucked through a hole in the hull is less graphic than I remember it, mainly because this one leaves a lot to the imagination, and that's likely why I found it so memorable. My mind filled in the blanks of what the screen didn't show us. And of course, there is the death of the professor, Professor Howe, which has the favorite line of one of my friends.
Guys! It's okay, he just wanted his machete back! Whew!
The film doesn't go full meta and keeps the callbacks to a minimum, which is a better approach. Solaris is a nice reference to Andrei Tarkovsky. Any Doom fan will know the weapon, the BFG. The simulation game recalls the paintball game from Part 6. The suspension of Jason recalls Part 3. We get a spoof on the sleeping bag kill from Part 7. Kane Hodder returns as Jason and continues to show why he is the best actor to play him. He has that power in his posture. When he becomes Uber Jason, Hodder changes the way he plays Jason. Hodder plays him more like the Terminator and less of a Frankensteinian Jason Voorhees. But what struck out to me was when we first see Jason in the film. He's chained up and bound. There is a little bit of light shining on his eye through the hockey mask. Jason can be seen just glaring at the ground, and it's actually a sad sight to see. We get the impression that Jason is being mangled and cut up for study and experimentation. This is probably the one instance where you have sympathy for this homicidal specimen of brute force. At least not since Ginny's rationalization in Part 2. Lixa Doing is fine as the lead hero Rowan. They give her the Ripley treatment. She starts out as a victim of Jason, but as the film progresses, she takes on more of a hero's persona. Lisa Ryder shines as the quirky android KM-14, and she has some great chemistry with co-star Chuck Campbell, who plays Sonoran. Fans of the video game Dead Space will get a kick out of seeing Peter Mensah as Sergeant Brodsky, a role that foreshadows his in-game performance as Zach Hammond. Boyd Banks looks familiar. He's enjoyed a few choice roles in the mid-2000s zombie boom, post 28 Days Later. He was in Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake. George Romero made use of him twice, first as the cleaver-wielding zombie in Land of the Dead, and again as a nutty survivalist in Diary of the Dead. To wrap this up, I thoroughly enjoyed Jason X, more than the film had any right to. If you can appreciate Part 6's comedic approach, then you'll be able to enjoy what this film has to offer. I would recommend this one. And that finishes our look at the main entries of the Friday the 13th series. I had a lot of fun going through these films. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble on them.
Hey everybody, Mackenzie Lambert here. This is 2025 Mackenzie speaking on this review from I did back in 2019, or was it 2018? I don't know, it's been so long. But this is just to let you know that the next Friday the 13th is going to be in February. So for that, I will be doing either Freddy vs. Jason, or I'll go ahead and do the 2009 remake. Not both, but I'll definitely be able to squeeze in one. Let me know which one you'd be more interested in the comments section. So until then, thanks for listening, and I will continue with the Grindhouse box set reviews starting next week after this. Thank you.